Rockstar's new announcement has GTA 6 fans pretty excited. We'll be talking about what that is and more all in this video today. And I'm going to try to put all these puzzle pieces together and hopefully it'll make sense at the end because it doesn't necessarily have to do with Grand Theft Auto 6, but more Grand Theft Auto Online. Although what I feel like Rockstar is going to do is sort of piggyback off of this because I feel like if Rockstar talks about anything other than GTA 6 right now, it doesn't go well. I mean, just take a look at Rockstar Games' latest announcements that they've put out over the last couple of days. You've got a repost from their record label, Circo Loco Records, which fans are already diving into just based on the number, although I'm pretty sure that's just the 14th release of whatever Circo Loco Records does. And then earlier today, you had the Red Dead Online event month or event period, whatever they're called now. And obviously fans are not very thrilled. So you get the point here. Pretty much anything that Rockstar does that isn't GTA 6, it isn't taken very well. And even new trailers that Rockstar uploads on their newswire and on YouTube are also not received very positively either, gaining an extreme amount of dislikes as well as negative comments from upset fans. And so again, hopefully this will make sense in a second, but what I think Rockstar could possibly do is piggyback off of GTA Online and Grand Theft Auto 5 getting an update for the PC. These are the same Generation 9 PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S upgrades that we've had on those consoles for a couple years now, finally coming to PC. It's something that Rockstar said they were going to announce early in the year in 2025. We've yet to see anything, but they've just done something that's kinda suspicious. And it aligns pretty well with when we might see an announcement. In fact, this was noticed by Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2, who said GTA Plus event ends on Tuesday, March 4th. It might be Oscar Guzman Files Again Strand release date or PC Gen 9. Going on to say the Cluckenbell Farm Raid, a similar strand to Oscar Guzman, was released on Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Not sure why it's a Tuesday this time, unless it's for PC Gen 9. With someone asking him, you mean PC Gen 9 releasing March 3rd or releasing today? And he said, we don't know whether it's PC Gen 9 for sure, but if it is, then it will drop on Tuesday, March 4th. What we do know is both the Last Dose missions and the Cluckenbell Farm strand were released on a Thursday, not a Tuesday, so it's highly likely PC Gen 9. And this announcement is where I feel like Rockstar will almost have to include some GTA 6 information. Because if they don't, I feel like this release will not be well received. And that's something that Rockstar Games clearly does not want. They don't want fans almost boycotting it because it's not the information they're looking for. So if they were to provide even just the slightest little nugget about GTA 6, it would soften the blow, and it would probably make fans happy enough that they would enjoy the new content coming on PC. In fact, primarily for the most part, every time Rockstar has talked about Grand Theft Auto 6, it's been piggybacked on other information, whether it be about Red Dead Online, GTA Online, or even Rockstar's 25th anniversary themselves. There truly really hasn't been a standalone Grand Theft Auto 6 announcement, so I feel like this could be the perfect opportunity. Now, if for whatever reason that is not the perfect opportunity, fans will certainly be talking about what's happening over the next 24 hours, and that is Sony's State of Play, which is happening on Wednesday, February 12th at 5 o'clock Eastern Time here in the United States, 2 o'clock Pacific Time, and 11 p.m. CET. Now, Sony says that this is going to be for news and updates on great games coming to the PlayStation 5, celebrating a creative and unique selection of exciting games from studios around the world. And obviously, many GTA 6 fans are hoping that Rockstar hops on this train and appears at the State of Play. It's not unusual for Rockstar Games to present news about unreleased upcoming titles at these events, so we can keep our fingers crossed and maybe something will happen. Although with Grand Theft Auto 6, I feel like it's such a colossal title that Rockstar is just going to do it on their own accord and not share the stage with other games and titles that Sony might be working with for the PlayStation. But it's just something to keep in mind, that's for sure. Now, speaking of the consoles that GTA 6 might be on, we seriously need to start considering the Nintendo Switch 2. Because on Take-Two Interactive's earnings call, CEO and Chairman Strauss Zelnick essentially said it might be coming to that console. So while Strauss Zelnick stopped short of confirming any title for the Switch 2, he did take time to note that Take-Two's thinking around Nintendo's audience has changed, going on to say we've obviously had a long-standing relationship with Nintendo, and we've begun supporting the platform when it made sense for the individual release. There was a time when Nintendo platforms are really geared at younger audiences, and that was reflected in our release schedule. And now today with Switch and potentially with Switch 2, the Switch device can support any audience. And you may have noticed Civilization 7 is now on Switch. So while we have nothing specific to report, we actually would fully expect to support Switch 2. And even though GTA 6 is not going to be on Switch 2 at launch, I do think there's a good possibility that some point down the road, if you do have that console, you could be playing GTA 6 on there. It might be a slightly dumbed down version graphically, or possibly have slightly less features, but I do think it will eventually expand to that system, which is good news because honestly, the Switch is one of the coolest consoles out there. And I bet the Switch 2 is going to be amazing as well. And last but not least, where I want to end this video, speaking of Take-Two Interactive, Grand Theft Auto 6's publisher has now surpassed its longtime rival Electronic Arts in market cap after announcing GTA 6 is still set to launch in fall 2025 without any delays. Right now, Take-Two's value is set at $37 billion, and Electronic Arts or EA is set at $34 billion. And remember, in 2008, Take-Two actually rejected a $2 billion offer to be acquired by EA as they believe the company's true value was much higher. And it's interesting that this comparison is happening and that Take-Two has surpassed EA because EA actually came out essentially saying that they would monitor when they were going to be putting Battlefield out around Grand Theft Auto 6's release. Remember that CEO Andrew Wilson said, "Certainly we exist in a competitive marketplace," going on to say, "We've invested more in this Battlefield than any other Battlefield before," and they're looking to make sure that they launch in a window where they can deliver on the fullness of what this Battlefield can be, and that they believe this year might be nuanced relative to competition. Essentially saying, if GTA 6 is coming out this year, which as things currently stand, it is, we're going to monitor that closely, and we may not put Battlefield out at the same time. So they've definitely got a little bit of a rivalry there, which is kind of cool. They're monitoring each other closely, competing with each other closely, but the news of no delay has skyrocketed GTA 6's publisher, Take-Two Interactive, its market cap, its stock price, and I would just say everything in general about the company. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.